Here we go. We're recording.
Okay.
Oh, they just flashed. What's your name?
Vicki.
And how did you hear about Traction?
I moved to the area about a year and a couple months ago
Okay.
to start nursing school, and moved in with my partner Kara, who
Okay.
is a tractivist and at that time was a volunteer.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
And how old were you? How old are you?
I was 24.
Or how old are you now?
I'm 25.
25. Okay. What do you think of when I say the word activist?
Well, I think action is the key part of activists. So the idea that you have a belief system or a set of values and you do something to act on them.
Do you think of yourself as an activist?
In little ways, yes. I don't think of myself as that's not my primary role or definition of myself, but I think that activism is a value that I have, in that living your values is a part of my way that I judge how I'm doing in life. So what I do is I go to school and I'm becoming a nurse.
Excellent.
What I believe in is also what I do.
How
guess
so?
that's a yes.
Okay.
That I do.
How so? How is what you believe in also what you do? Say more about that.
Well, one of the things that I believe strongly in is that same-sex couples should be allowed to have recognition of their relationship and the same rights that are given through marriage to opposite-sex couples. And I don't really care that it's called marriage other than the social significance of the word. But anyway, so one of the ways I live with my partner of the same sex, I'm out about it. So I'm visible.
Yeah.
I email my family and friends about things they can do to support me and the organizations that I know support same-sex rights, like the HRC.
Awesome.
And go to marches and be visible, kind of is the way that I do that.
Excellent. That's great. So let's see. You said you first heard of Traction through your partner Kara, and you moved here like a year and some change ago. Do you think whether or not Traction is responsible for it? Have you seen any changes in yourself since then?
Yeah, definitely. I'm just trying to think of how I can phrase them.
Okay.
Well, I think that probably through Kara's involvement in Traction and her development as a person who's wants to work on policy and wants to work with people of different classes or from different parts of society, that Traction has been a part of her growth in those goals. And through my partnership with her, and me having a lot of the same values as her, and sometimes being involved in Traction, I think that I've also gotten better as a person who represents the things that I believe in. Just whatever that means, whether it means joining, because I think that Traction is a great way to form community. Then I'm a part of it when I can be, and support my partner in her involvement in Traction. Did that answer the question?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I heard that you went to a training recently in DC. Can you tell me about that?
It was a
Can you start that
action
sentence? Not with it, like presuming that the person who's listening doesn't hear me ask the question.
The recent training that I went to in DC was a social action boot camp. That's what they called it, and it was put on for free by an organization called Do Something.
Okay.
That helps young people take action on the issues they care about. And the session that was the reason why I went was the session called Riding for Your Cause, because I previously worked at a health department where I wrote press releases and did things with media and writing and getting the word out kind of things. I had some experience that made me interested in writing for a cause, and then because I am going to be a nurse as my primary occupation, but I'm going to do other things to work on the causes I care about. Writing will probably be one of them. So that was the session that I was most interested in.
How was it?
It was pretty good. It was like a round table of about 10 people who, and then one person was a writer. She worked at Do Something, and she had a few other credentials that I can't remember right now, but she was basically giving out like a top 10 list of tips and talking with everybody, and she kind of was getting to know people. So it wasn't like a how-to. It was just kind of this person speaking from her experience.
And why were you in D.C.?
I was there to go to inauguration.
That's cool. Did you volunteer at all?
Nope.
You were busy in school.
Well, we have a couple friends who live in D.C., and the candidate I actually supported the most was Hillary Clinton. But I was very happy that Obama was elected, and came around to I believe he's the right president at this time. So it was easy to say, I support this president. And so that's mainly why I wanted to go. I didn't want to volunteer. I just wanted to be there. Just wanted to be part of the crowd. And
Oh, I meant, did you volunteer in the election? Not did you volunteer at the inauguration?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you're pretty slammed.
I have to say that once Hillary Clinton was knocked out, the issue that became the most important to me was Proposition 8 in California, which was eliminating the right of same-sex couples to marry. So that was what I devoted more of my attention to before the election. And what Kara and I did is we had a party where we bought a case of wine and some food, and we didn't spend that much. We spent probably $70 maybe. And then we invited a bunch of friends, and we asked them all to bring whatever they could afford to donate. And so they didn't have to bring food or drinks.
You provided that.
And then all they had to do was bring whatever they wanted to donate. And we suggested $10. And we thought if 10 people came, then we would have, given our contribution, but also spread out the effect among our friends. So we were just hoping to make up the money that we spent on the party, and we actually did make a lot. We made like $300 almost.
Wow.
So, and then we sent that all to the HRC.
That's excellent. That's really exciting. I never heard about that. That's very cool. Maybe last question. You have brought some of your friends to some traction events. Why did you do that, and have you gotten any kind of sense from them about, any reaction from them?
I did that because I have friends.
I did what? Say it again.
I have brought a couple of my friends to traction events for many reasons, but I think it's just a good fit. A lot of my friends are young progressives and kind of the target audience of traction. And then the events that were happening were fun events that my friends could get involved with. And I was going, so I wanted my friends to come and be there too. So, and then in terms of reaction, at least one of the friends that I've brought has joined the Traction listserv. And she tells me now when she gets emails from Traction.
That's great. Cool. Okay. Well, thank you.
Sure.
Anything else you want to say?
Nope. I don't
All
think
right.
so.
Thanks so much.